This video contains content sponsored by John Wilson Blades and MK Blades. Opinions discussed in this video do not reflect the views of John Wilson or MK.
Well, hello and welcome to the skating lesson, Christine Brennan.
Oh my gosh, Dave, it is so great to be back. I got to tell you, I could be on Good Morning America, CNN, and PBS NewsHour on the same day, and I wouldn't get the same kind of reaction as I have been receiving from being on the skating lesson.
What have you received?
Well, people stop me in airports. Now, granted, it was the Boston airport because I was coming into the World Figure Skating Championships, and in the hallways here at this hotel, right across the street where I'm staying. I mean, people see your show. You and Jenny are fantastic. People love it, and Twitter, just wow. Even my sister watched.
Your sister?
Yeah, my sister saw it when I retweeted.
Which sister?
This is Kate.
Is this your favorite sister?
I have two favorite sisters and one favorite brother. So this is Kate in Toledo. She'll probably be watching this one too, and. It's gotten a lot of attention. Now I have breaking news. I heard a tip that I wanted to pass along to you first. Donald Trump, I'm hearing, is leaving wherever he is, and he's coming here tonight for a meeting, and he's going to be in the arena, in a box, and he's going to be with Tanya Harding, and Letitia Hubert, and Surya Bonali. Do you know what today's date is?
What is today's date, Christine?
Oh, I think it's April 1st. So, anyway, that's my tip, and I wanted you guys to know it first.
Speaking of April 1st, I am outraged because I invited you for a drink last night, and Christine Brennan first of all, shut me down because she had to write an article about ice dance. I mean, can you talk about
we not have this be known?
And the outrage, Christine. One, you said no.
I said no.
I bet you would say yes to Jonathan. And for ice dance, that isn't even a good excuse,
I know. Here's what happened.
Okay.
I'm trying to be a good soldier and a helpful member of the USA Today Gannett family.
Yeah.
The Detroit Free Press is not here. And of course, as we know, Detroit is still the epicenter of dance, although it seems to be moving to Montreal, I've learned.
I was trying to tell you
yes,
this.
word is. Yes. And so, with the Shibutanis and Chuck and Bates, I wrote a column for the Detroit Free Press and also for just online for the Free Press, also for the Gannett papers and all their websites and USA Today about the dance. So I have the results.
So you were actually there. You weren't even eating dinner because we were near you and our eyes were watching you and Phil next to each other, which is how I like to, imagine the two of you, Statler and Waldorf together, watching the ice dance event. So what did you think? Because Jonathan Byer and I take dance very seriously.
Oh, I know. I can't compete with you guys on this.
We take your taste, we judge you based on which teams you like.
Okay, well.
What did you think of the dance event?
Can I pick Torval and Dean and just be done with
you
it?
have to pick last night. What did you actually think of the dance, the performances, not the judging?
Yeah,
did you enjoy it?
Yes, I did enjoy it. I actually just saw the last group because I had to run to an event before that, and so I got back, second to last group, in plenty of time. I thought that was the right result. I love the Shibutanis. I think they're terrific. They're Michigan students. I grew up going to Michigan football games, and so that's great. Love that maize and blue thing. But you know what? To me, they were better. Their Coldplay free dance was better at Nationals than at Worlds. It seemed a little slower or tentative, and I could be wrong. Picked up just greatly in the second half of it. But the French to me were this avant-garde kind of, very. Yes, they were very French.
Yeah.
They were skating while French, and it was they were good. And so I thought it was the perfect results. But don't ask me anything more about these dance, please. I'm all about. Did you realize the change in ice dance? Now we've had 12 years, 10 American medals over 12, or 10 times the Americans have been on the podium over 12 years. This is only the third time that Americans have had two medals at one Worlds. 1966, we can name them. 2011, we can name those.
Are you Googling last night, Christine? These sound like Google facts. I don't believe that you and Phil knew this off the top of your head, Christine.
No, I don't know much of anything off the top of my head. Yes, but anyway, and guys, I know a few things off the top of my head. But it used to be, this is a fact that people know because I've written this in often kind of laughed about this over the years. It used to be during ice dance, all of the American journalists would go to dinner. It would be our dinner break because this was the days of Liz and Jared, who are great. We love them.
He's so attractive. You can't. Why would you leave?
Well, because we knew that they were 7th after the compulsory dance, and then 7th after the short dance, and they would be 7th after the free dance.
You don't say, Christine.
Yes, the results had already been flown in from the accounting firm of Ernst & Young, or Ernst & Money, whatever it is now. And so it was all, a glacier-like move in skating would be going from tied for 4th to being 4th all by yourself. That's what was going on in figure skating in the 90s. So we went to dinner. Well, guess what? They're not a dinner break anymore. We are watching it.
You actually liked the ice dance.
Well, and also we need to watch it because that's where the U.S. is cleaning up, for heaven's sakes. I mean, this is
Did
dominance.
you judge yourself for watching ice dance?
By judge myself?
Was it shame-based?
No, I had to catch the 1 o'clock media bus, 1 in the morning. That's what it was.
Did you ever
like
think that would happen?
Well, I've done that before, but it would be like the men's event or the women's event.
For ice dance, did you ever think you'd be getting in at 1?
Yeah, well, now the Olympics.
Okay.
I don't want people to think I slack off. When I'm covering an event, I do cover.
We do know this, and you're covering multiple events at once. You're doing radio shows.
Yes, we're doing the women's
But you were
soccer.
there. Speaking of the women, who cares about the women's soccer? Let's talk about the women ice skaters,
oh
Christine.
my God.
Who cares about Mia Hamm?
You know what?
You know what? They don't wear sparkles.
No, they don't. There's no sequins
Couldn't
to
they
trip
get
on.
better costumes? What is with these women in the soccer team?
They all look the same.
Yes, boring.
But they all wear
Did
the
none
same
of them want to
clothes.
stand out? What's
They
going
all
on?
wear the same clothes. I'm going to tell them
Boring.
they said that.
Tell them I don't think that they look very. I would like.
You'd like to see different outfits on all the players. Well, now
Yes.
the goalkeeper wears it.
I don't do team sports, Christine. I need to be front and
Really?
center. Yeah.
Wow, this is shocking to me. You need to be front and center. You are mic'd, by the way, right?
I'm
No.
allowed in real life.
Okay, because
So-
people need it. Should I interpret everything?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. What he said was he needs to be front and center. This is shocking. All right, the women's event.
The
was
women's event.
Terrific.
You have
Terrific.
your favorite skater, Ashley Wagner.
Right, because
the
she is-
drama is always with Ashley.
Always.
When Ashley is speaking or skating, we are there for the
We've
journey.
already given Ashley the gold medal once again
Yes.
for the mixed zone.
What did she say?
Oh, well, it's just great. I mean, she
Yeah.
talked about how the Demons from 2014, of course, she was here in the same arena, the U.S. Olympic trials, finishes 4th, gets put on the team, which was the right decision. But all of that, dealing with that over the years and just how difficult that's been, but it's made her the skater that she is today. And of course, she talked about the fall. Now, she didn't fall during her program, but she kind of leaped for joy, got her skates twisted, and ended up down on her rear end.
And I believe you enjoyed that moment.
Well, you know what? She enjoyed that moment. And she said she was going to call her boyfriend immediately and said, I fell after my program. But only Ashley. No, I think it was great to see her, Dave, do what she can do best. And, you love that about any athlete. That's why we watch sports, to see the best. And Ashley, at this perfect time when pressure's on home ice, and Gracie and Mariah too, they all did it. Oh my gosh, they
How
just nailed it.
flummoxed were you to see the American ladies at the World Championships 1st and 4th? Are you flummoxed?
I was flummoxed as flummoxed as Gracie was after a short program in
Yes.
St. Paul. And this is not a sponsored event. And no, they rose to the occasion in a way that I don't think any of us expected. I think we expected, after watching St. Paul, after knowing Gracie bombed at 4 continents, that this could be another disaster. And it wasn't. And that was great. And what's interesting now is, obviously, Gracie in first, 2.5 points, I think, ahead of the pack, basically, right there behind her, which includes Ashley, and that's within 1 point. It's anyone's. And the draw is fascinating. Gracie's second to last, Ashley last. And when Ashley drew 24, which was the last number, and she would skate last, closed the show Saturday night, she just kind of did one of these, da-da! And I've learned over since 88 basically, so 28 years of covering figure skating, there's no way to know, obviously, what is going to happen.
Are you into this for Saturday night?
I
Are
am
you
totally into this.
You're all in?
You know what? One of my favorite things in all of sports, and that includes any sport, is that final pairing, the final warm-up for the women's, and I say women because it's either going to be ladies and gentlemen or men and women. ISU, it's 2016. Come
Pairs.
on.
Is it the pair event, the pairs event? Is there an apostrophe? Does it stress you out?
No. Oh, I see apostrophe. No, I
gives
call it
me
pair.
heart
Pairs.
palpitations, sweats.
One, the pair.
It's the pair event.
Pair event. No, Jenny, does everyone know that Jenny's off camera?
Yeah.
Yes, an addict.
I'm sick. Yeah.
She's sick,
Can't do this.
but she's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, you're about as close as you could be to the camera. It's just you're on the wrong side of the camera. And but pairs. I don't know. Anyway, the women's event. Give me, in terms of if you said to me, you get one thing to cover. That's it. You're done. Maybe I don't have to die, but that's it.
Yeah.
No more sports. I would take. I love covering swimming because, by a fingernail you're fourth. You know what I mean? It's just unbelievable.
You can watch the last 5 seconds of swimming,
Right,
Christine.
exactly. Or the last 5 seconds of any of these basketball games, right? Or
Yeah, you're
minute.
wasting your time with these sports.
So that's
Christine.
why I'm saying, thank you, Dave. Thank you for that career advice. I needed it because it's been tough trying to muddle my way through.
I know. You in
Now
the
that I
locker
know
rooms
you.
with men, you know?
Now that I know you, now you are going to give me
Yeah.
the word, give me the answer. How to succeed. But give me the last warm up in the women's event at the Olympics or Worlds, but Olympics because then it's the stakes.
Are our ladies going to do it?
I actually think they will. The Russians are so interesting.
And she didn't fall. Christine, we came all the way to Boston. Anna Pogorilaya is in second.
I know, and
she didn't wipe out. She is in first.
She didn't fall. She hasn't fallen yet. Yes.
Were you disappointed?
Yes. So Phil and I now have called her Pogo Stick. And we expect her to just Pogo Stick right out of the building. And again, no
How was Phil
disrespect.
doing even? Does Phil get nervous? What is it like to watch Phil? Because we like Phil. But Phil is a character.
Phil,
you know?
oh, I love Phil. Phil's one of my best friends.
I think I may grow up to be Phil when I'm older. Like I think I could.
You could do far worse than grow up to be Phil. Well, Phil is working really hard. Everyone should read his blog. Everyone should read everything.
Globetrotting by Phil Hirsch.
Yes, that's right. Very good. Yeah, are you on the payroll? The Phil Hirsch payroll. And but Pogo, as we call it. I mean, we were expecting that imaginary, invisible middle linebacker to just swoop in and just tackle her and send her flying. And she didn't. She did not look very happy at the end of her
Who does that?
I don't know. I mean, she's Russian. Maybe they're just not very happy.
In the press, she said that this is only 50%.
Right.
There, so
Right.
She knows she did that.
Right, that this is just there's another big night to come, and that's smart. But I think Gracie and Ashley, I think all of them know that. It's just she didn't seem happy. But maybe that would be kind of interesting if she's the one that actually does well and wins.
Do you think? So you work in a newspaper.
Do I think they would give it to her?
Yes.
I think we always use that terminology, give it to her. I really do think the judging was terrific. And I believe that there has been a message sent out. As you look at the Russians, there's a lot of young girls skating still out there. And I hadn't seen any of these people in person. We talked the last time. And the mature skaters, the adults in the room, are Ashley and Gracie. And Anna, I guess, to a degree. Radionova. But, you got some kids out there. And they look like kids. And Ashley did not look like a kid. Ashley looked like the almost 25-year-old that she is. And Gracie is, 21. And that was great. And it was rewarding. And if you look at the program component scores, Gracie was first and Ashley was second. That is a really good sign. Because that's the judges saying, Ashley Wagner, if you do that Lutz at the end of your program, we are going to keep you in the mix. There's no arbitrary, you're going to have to be 6th or 7th like we felt at the Olympics for Ashley. That she just couldn't, I think she was 6th, 7th. And you Googled that very quickly, by the way.
I'm very good.
That's very
I've been
Google. In fact, he is Google.
excuse me.
You're Mr. Google.
Do you know that Christine Brennan was rude to me yesterday? She asked me something about what to look for in Gracie and Ashley's skating. So like a good person, I gave her the nitty-gritty analysis, and she was like, "Oh, is that all?"
Was that it? I thought it was ice dance, and I was making fun of you. Like, you gave me about 7 or 8 tweets. I thought it was dance.
No, it was ladies skating. I told you what Ashley was good at, what her strengths and weaknesses were.
Right, but I kind of think did I know some of that already? But it was lovely of you to do it. I thought you were sending me lots of
Yes, how do you feel about the GOEs of, how do you judge a spin, Christine? What do you look for?
Believe me, you know what? I think, I just hope that they go in circles and don't dig themselves a hole to China. That's all I ask.
I was trying to help you with the finer points.
Yes, no, thank you. Actually, you know what? I think we're trying too hard on the spins.
Yeah.
Some of these spins are just not a pleasant thing to look at. Give me the Dorothy Hamill. I mean, I know that there's people like, oh, but that's so much easier than what we're doing now. There's something to be said about beauty on the ice, about the aesthetics, and it's right now, and this has been going on since the new system, which is, the new system is so not so new in system anymore, is it's pinball. You know how in a pinball you back up, bing, 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 points all over. That's what we're doing. I understand that, and it's easier to quantify, and that's great. And as I was saying, Ashley Wagner, who might have been in the old system, she's never done this. I mean, except she has the Grand Prix final. But in general, we're just going to make her like fifth, right? That's not going to happen tomorrow night. If she skates clean, I think she wins a medal. Gracie, if she skates clean, I think she's the gold medalist. I do. I think that's what the judges told us. You can read a lot into a short program result, and that second place program component scores for Ashley, Gracie, and then Ashley. That says it all. That says the judges realize what we're talking about, which is that these are the mature skaters. They've got the total package. If they can do those jumps, and we know Ashley does the flip in the short, not the Lutz. She gives up a little bit there. Otherwise, she could have easily been in second. And that is a great thing for U.S. skating. Absolutely great.
So you've been at these events enough time. I want you to stop lying. What would your free skate be, Christine Brennan, if you had a moment? You were doing all sorts of those boring sports in high school, lacrosse and...
Actually, not lacrosse, but field hockey.
Every field hockey. What were you varsity in, Christine? Let's list it for
That's
everyone.
it. Well, I was a six-sport athlete in high school. So, but that was because no one cared about girls' sports back then, so you could just play everything. Run from tennis, first doubles in tennis, to field hockey. Same day, same coach. Anyway, go ahead.
So what would
Who
your
cares
free
about
skate be, Christine Brennan? World Championships, what would the dress look like? And what would the skate...
Well,
you've thought about it. Come on.
Purple.
Okay.
Some kind of element of purple. My
Sequins?
Northwestern purple. Oh, I'm not really a sequin person.
Gloves?
Or I could do basic black.
Okay.
Because I do like to wear black a lot, even though I'm clearly not right now. Gloves. I've never thought about this.
Music?
Music. I love classical music. Love Rachmaninoff. Every time I hear Rachmaninoff, I see Michelle Kwan racing down for the triple toe at the end of her short program in Philly. Jenny's nodding her head. Classical. Could I just say classical Rachmaninoff? I would love Lori Nickel to choreograph it, and I would love Frank Carroll to be my Boris coaching.
And what would you want Dick Button to say about you? Would he like your layback?
Oh, he would say, "Oh my God, get this girl back to a tennis court."
Well, thank you so much, Christine. We look forward to covering the event.
It's great to see you. Thanks so much, guys.